Alrighty then, Anders. Here in Mad Scientist Club, we're going to try and give a quick overview of the command center on the Stomp. Now, it's a piece of cake, piece of piss. If you know the command center on the floor, it's the same thing. There's some things you gotta look at. Up here, these are instant commands, and they fire from left to right. The Stomp has 3 different snapshots, and if you're doing these builds by snapshots, and here it's a little hard to see, but first, how to get in. Double click, command center, double click, command center, up she comes. You've got your 3 switches here and your 2 external FS4, FS5. That can be a physical switch, or you can emulate that by putting in the right CC number as if you're pushing it. And with those, in the global settings, you determine what's going on. The interesting bit are these instant commands here. And these can send out bank commands. They can send out starting from nothing. MIDI CC is a straight one. Base, you put in the channel of the thing that you want to control, which can even be the same helix itself. Put in the CC number that you want, like a 69. Actually, I did this to jump to a PC command, to jump to the next one, and it's really funny because as soon as I put it on 58, as soon as you go on 58 and go to that snapshot, it jumps to 59. And that it can do. No problem. If you want to change something in iridium, any PC command, put it in, it'll go off and do it. Piece of cake. Any CC command, it will do it. What we're seeing today, and I don't know if this is Anders' problem, it's certainly been Mr. Constantine's problem and another guy, is when you fire into the Stomp a PC command and call up a preset. Yeah, so I send 60, it goes zoom, it goes zoom, jumps to 60. It's taking time to load the preset in. It's always taking this time. It just seems to be taking 100 milliseconds or maybe less or maybe more longer than it did in 2.9. And what's going on when that happens, boom, rock off thing. What's going on is the PC goes out, this thing starts changing. The CC that was following it goes, and because this thing is taking its time, it's having a headache, it's reloading up the band like any roadie out there. If you yell at him, hey, you need to do this as well, he's just going to ignore you and continue doing what he's doing, finish it, come back and say, yeah, now what? That's what's happening. In less than 100th of a millisecond, but something changed, so we're looking at that. Anything else you need to do in here, you've got MIDI CCs, bank CCs, MNCs are for like stop and starting of plaything and other MIDI stuff. You can ignore that. Hotkeys, cool and good as normal. Looper commands, these are all the HX commands that you've got. So you've got looper, what else? There should be other stuff. You can set these up for buttons and stuff. So you can set this to play. There's all kinds of crazy stuff in here. Looks like the HX commands have gone. But simply try it out and remember that if you're dealing with 3 different snapshots, the command that you put in one, take this for an example, PC command going to 1358. Let's leave that there on snapshot 1. Go back, change snapshot to, go to save it first, save every time. If I now change to snapshot 2, go back in, you'll see there it's gone to base, 0, off, and program. So what was in snapshot 1 is not going to be in snapshot 2 or 3. You have the option to put in whatever you want with a snapshot. And what can't change, and this is the kicker, If you start that on snapshot 1 as a PC command, you cannot change it to a CC command. When you flip back to snapshot 1, it will also show CC. So you can change, you can put the first one or second one, whatever one, as a PC, and from there on out, on all 3 levels, it's a PC, but you can change it to jump to anything you want. Same thing for a CC. Once you start a CC in one of these instant commands, that CC is good. You can put whatever you want in there. You know, CC number 21, value 15, whatever. And that will stay there. Go back to 1. And here you see, it's showing up as there, but it's not there. It's a 3D, 1 layer per snapshot thing. If you're switching snapshots and nothing's happening, this is why. You haven't copied and pasted this stuff in there. So this is something you'd want to go into hxeffects to do. You will want a serious cup of coffee and then another serious cup of coffee. Good luck, man.